So let's talk about the quickest house flip we have ever been a part of, and as well as one of the highest returning per day profits that we've been able to experience here in Arizona. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions here with another real estate beginner investing video. And I have the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Palladino. Some of you guys might know him as a real estate investor. Some of you guys might know him as a real estate agent. And maybe some of you guys might even know him as a model. But today we're going to be talking about the numbers on the house flip that we just closed on today. If you guys follow either Nick and I on Instagram, they should be popping up right now. And if you don't follow us, just why. All his information is going to be down in the description. But I want to share with you on a house flip that not only brought one of the highest ROIs per day, not just one of the house flips that was one of the quickest from start to finish, but also one of the lightest renovations that we have ever been a part of, and why we decided to go so light. And what I mean by that is, why is it that on some house flips they're $30,000 to $50,000 in renovations, but on this one it was in the four figures when it comes down to renovation. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see future videos about flipping houses, make sure you drop a thumbs up. So I'm gonna have Nick take it away.
So we picked up this property mid-February, and this was during the time we had our biggest flip in Mesa ever. So we were looking to take on something that actually didn't require a lot of work, which is why that's the exact reason why we actually took this one on. And this was actually a house as well that we actually stayed under our original budget, which is the first time we've ever done that. We bought this house for $306,000 with all of our closing costs included.
Wholesale.
Yeah, so we got a wholesale, I believe, at $304,000. We had $2,000 in closing costs, which was actually pretty cheap, just because we have investor rates on a lot of our title companies that we use.
And for those that are just getting started, a wholesale means an off-market listing, meaning individual sold us the house off market, so we don't have to pay real estate commissions, even though he's a real estate agent.
Exactly. So we spent $8,500 in renovations. We did an extremely light reno on it. If you guys haven't seen that video before that he posted on his channel, we did carpet, landscape, and then paint on this house, and it was a total of $8,500. Our holding costs on this house, you always want to include those, is your water trash bill, your electric bill, and then your insurance as well. You want to make sure you're getting insurance. That was like $400, I believe, so it was extremely cheap just because we only had this property for 45 days. Keep in mind this 45 days was also with our 30-day close. So I think in total we spent about 10 days at this property. I was there, I think he's seen it twice. He went to go see this twice. I went to go see it 3 or 4 times, and that was all of the time we spent at this house. We ended up putting it on the market for $350,000, and we ended up getting 8 offers on it, 26 showings over the weekend, and we accepted an offer $18,000 over ask at $368,000
in 72 hours.
Within 72 hours of listing it. The big thing with this, from a real estate agent perspective, is once you start getting these price points that are just extremely inflated, you want to be sure that the appraisal comes in at ask as well, or you're going to have problems with getting that actual purchase price. So we ended up accepting an offer because they gave us an appraisal contingency, meaning they basically they guaranteed a price over the appraisal in case it came in low, so that's a reason why we locked it up. Fortunately, we didn't have any problems with the appraisal, and we actually got $368,000 out of it. Talk about some of this settlement statement right now. Right?
And while he's pulling that out, one of the things that I want to talk about is, what does he mean by if a house doesn't appraise? One of the things that a lot of different states are experiencing right now is that you can comment down below, how competitive is the real estate market in your area? In Arizona, it's super hot, and because it's so attractive, meaning that houses are selling for above asking price, meaning that it's a seller's market, because so many people right now are willing to pay more than what the seller was originally asking. And again, we posted the house for $350,000. We accepted an offer. There's multiple offers that were above asking price. This one was $18,000 above asking price. And the concern could potentially be, well, what if the house doesn't appraise for $368,000? Meaning that the lender, the bank that's gonna lend the buyer the money, is like, yo, I'm not gonna lend you $368,000 for this house because it's not worth $368,000. The contingency that we accepted, that they offered, was that the buyer, the person buying it from us, agreed to, regardless if this house appraises or not, we will pay the difference out of pocket. So let's say it appraised for $350,000, they would have paid the difference out of their pocket to ensure that they would have purchased the house, which is a very competitive and aggressive offer, which is why we decided to go with that one.
Yeah, as an agent side, we're getting 30 to 40 offers in certain areas in Arizona, so having contingencies like that in your offer is super helpful, and we're almost seeing every single offer that we get have some sort of appraisal contingency. That's how crazy the market is in Arizona, at least, so it's insane right now. I took 1% commission on this property because I am an agent, and we actually gave the buying agents, there's 2 of them, 2.5%. Commissions are never a set rate, but with how competitive the market is and how fast these are selling, you can actually offer a little bit less than what you maybe had seen a couple years ago, which is typically like 3%, but we're able to offer lower just because there's so many offers coming in. So they're at 2.5% commission on there. So this agent actually ended up making $9,200 on the deal. I ended up getting $3,680 split with my brokerage. So in total, commissions coming from our sale is $12,800. We had some other costs on here with county taxes, which was $370, and then we do have investor rates, which I talked about previously, with our specific companies that we work with, meaning they give us a discount compared to the
traditional home buyer.
Yeah, exactly. So they actually took off a couple $100s on that, and then we have an open hold policy, which is a whole nother video. We saved a couple $100 there. So being able to find title companies that you like to work with that are responsive and offer good rates is always an incentive for us as well, because our closing costs were extremely cheap on this. All in, our closing costs were $14,061, which is pretty cheap with the commissions. We are $1,200 in just besides the commissions on there, which is really good. So we made a take home, where we got a check today for $353,000, 938. So
the difference, based off of, just to be able to talk about all the numbers, the difference in net profits after commission, after expenses, and this is like for our flipping company, was a total of
$38,000 and like $600. I don't have it on my phone right now, but that's net profit with absolutely everything taken out, with the holding costs, renovations, the purchase price, and then closing costs on the selling end of the house. We made between us $38,600.
So for the 45 days, I think it amounts to a little bit over $800 collectively a day. And again, this is a house that, just due to the market that we're in, first off, we were even questioning about taking it on because we didn't really see the margin to really be worth it. But again, it's all about intent and the position that you're in. We talked about that we were working on one of our biggest house flips, which is the Mesa house flip. I refer to it on my other videos or on Instagram. And what we mean by that is that one had nearly renovations of about $60,000. And because we're still scaling into this house flipping business, we wanted to make sure that we didn't put too much on our plate. But Nick and I agreed that that house that we have in Mesa was already pretty much done, and because it was already pretty much done, that he felt that he could take on another project, which is why we're like, okay, this could potentially keep us busy. And because the housing market is so hot and houses are going above asking price, it just set us up for the perfect formula to succeed, and not only just being able to turn it around for a good profit, but actually exceeding our expectation. Our renovation time was almost right on the dot, and as well as when it comes down to the dollar amount that we put into the renovations, was actually under what we originally anticipated, which I don't think we've ever experienced such a fluid house flip in such a short period of time, being again one of the highest ROIs per day of any house flip that we've done to date.
Yep, and we didn't even do a whole lot to it. Like the house, we knew that we didn't have to do countertops, new cabinets, we didn't have to paint the cabinets because the market was so hot. So that saved us like $5 or $6 grand there, and we still got over what we expected to get. So it just goes to show, like, you have to kind of anticipate the market a little bit as well. Like we're seeing 1 to 2.5% growth a month here. So just holding this property from appreciation, we made probably $10,000 on it. It's crazy right now, but you kind of got to understand all that when you're going in on a deal as well.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions about this Phoenix house flip. And we're potentially taking on another project in a very similar area. And we plan to, from start to finish, on how we found the property, everything that goes into the renovation to the very end of the process, the good, the bad. We're thinking about making a how-to video. And if you think that you would like to see that, just make sure you drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also don't forget to subscribe to Nick on his social media platforms down below. Also, if you've ever been thinking about investing or getting started in the real estate market, especially in Arizona, Nick is very proactive on his Instagram account. So he has a little bit over 500,000 on his main account, and he has a little bit over 2,900 followers on his real estate Instagram account. So make sure if you have any questions that you follow him and ask him any questions via DM. Like always, continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. I hope that we earned your thumbs up. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.